Have you ever checked your blood sugar after eating and been shocked by how high the number was? Maybe you thought your meal was healthy. Perhaps you avoided candy, skipped dessert, and even chose something labeled natural. But 1 or 2 hours later, your glucose was still climbing. Here is what many people are never told. Sugar is not the only food that affects blood glucose. White bread, crackers, sweetened cereal, large portions of rice, fruit juice, flavored yogurt, and even certain healthy snacks can rapidly turn into glucose inside your body. But there is good news. By choosing the right foods and combining them in the right order, you may reduce the size of your next blood sugar spike, stay satisfied longer, and make your glucose easier to manage throughout the day. However, let me be completely clear. No single food can instantly cure diabetes or safely replace medication. If your blood sugar is dangerously high, or you feel confused, extremely weak, short of breath, severely thirsty, or begin vomiting, seek urgent medical care. The foods in this video are designed to support better blood sugar control as part of a consistent eating plan. Healthy food choices, appropriate portions, regular physical activity, glucose monitoring, and prescribed treatment all work together. Stay until the end, because I will show you a simple plate combination that can transform an ordinary meal into a much more blood sugar-friendly meal. And the first food on our list may already be sitting in your refrigerator. Number 1. Non-starchy vegetables. When you want to build a meal that produces a smaller glucose rise, begin with non-starchy vegetables. These include broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, spinach, kale, zucchini, mushrooms, peppers, asparagus, green beans, cucumber, tomatoes, eggplant, and leafy salad greens. Why are they so useful? They generally provide a large volume of food with fewer digestible carbohydrates than bread, pasta, rice, potatoes, or sweets. They also contain fiber, water, vitamins, minerals, and protective plant compounds. Fiber slows digestion and helps carbohydrates enter the bloodstream more gradually. This does not mean vegetables magically erase the carbohydrates you eat, but they can help create a more balanced meal. A practical rule is to fill approximately half of a 9-inch plate with non-starchy vegetables. You could eat scrambled eggs with spinach and mushrooms for breakfast. At lunch, prepare a large salad with grilled chicken, beans, and olive oil. For dinner, combine steamed broccoli, roasted cauliflower, or sautéed cabbage with your protein and a controlled portion of quality carbohydrates. The American Diabetes Association's plate method recommends filling half the plate with non-starchy vegetables, 1/4 with lean protein, and the final quarter with a quality carbohydrate. One warning: the way you prepare vegetables matters. broccoli covered in a sugary sauce, fried vegetables, or a salad drowned in sweet dressing may affect your glucose very differently from steamed, grilled, roasted, or lightly sautéed vegetables. Use herbs, garlic, lemon, pepper, vinegar, or a modest amount of olive oil for flavor instead. Number 2, eggs and other protein-rich foods. One of the biggest breakfast mistakes is beginning the day with mostly refined carbohydrates. Toast with jam, sweetened coffee, pastries, juice, and sugary cereal may deliver a large amount of rapidly absorbed carbohydrate with very little protein or fiber. A protein-centered breakfast may be more satisfying and easier to balance. Eggs contain high-quality protein and very little carbohydrate. They can be combined with vegetables, avocado, or a small portion of whole grain food. Other useful protein choices include fish, skinless, chicken, turkey, tofu, unsweetened Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, and lean cuts of meat. Protein is important for maintaining muscle, especially as we age. It also helps create a more satisfying meal and has a smaller immediate effect on blood glucose than a large serving of refined carbohydrate. Try an omelette made with 2 eggs, spinach, mushrooms, and peppers. Or eat plain Greek yogurt with chia seeds, walnuts, and a small serving of berries. At lunch, replace a large sandwich with grilled chicken served over a colorful salad. Remember, however, that protein is not a license to eat unlimited portions of bacon, sausage, or processed meat. These foods can be high in sodium and saturated fat. Choose minimally processed, leaner protein sources most often. Healthy eating recommendations emphasize fish, beans, nuts, lean poultry, and low-fat dairy while limiting processed meats and highly processed foods. Number 3, beans and lentils. Many people with high blood sugar become afraid of every food containing carbohydrates. But not all carbohydrate-rich foods behave in the same way. Beans, chickpeas, and lentils contain carbohydrates, but they also provide fiber and plant-based protein. This combination makes them very different from soda, candy, white bread, or sweetened cereal. Examples include black beans, kidney beans, pinto beans, navy beans, chickpeas, green lentils, red lentils, and split peas. Beans can make a meal more filling and may help you reduce the portion of rice, bread, or meat. For example, instead of eating a large bowl of white rice, try a smaller portion of rice combined with beans, grilled vegetables, and a protein source. You could also add lentils to soup, chickpeas to a salad, or mashed beans to a whole grain wrap. The important word is portion. A huge bowl of beans combined with rice, bread, potatoes, and a sweet beverage may still contain more total carbohydrates than your body can manage comfortably. Begin with a modest serving and observe how your individual glucose responds. Beans and other legumes are recommended as part of a healthy dietary pattern because they provide fiber, minerals, and plant protein. Choose beans prepared with limited added sugar and avoid turning them into a meal loaded with processed meat, excessive salt, or sugary salt. Number 4. Plain Greek yogurt. Yogurt can be an excellent food or a hidden dessert. Many flavored yogurts contain added sugar, syrups, sweetened fruit preparations, or crunchy toppings. Some small containers can deliver a surprising amount of carbohydrate. Plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt is different. It usually provides more protein and less added sugar than many sweetened varieties. Its creamy texture also makes it useful as a breakfast, snack, or replacement for sugary desserts. To make it more flavorful, add cinnamon, chia seeds, flaxseed, a few walnuts, and a small portion of berries. Always check the nutrition label because the amount of carbohydrate and added sugar varies by brand. Do not assume that labels such as low-fat, natural, or made with real fruit automatically mean a product is appropriate for blood sugar control. Look at the serving size, total carbohydrates, added sugars, protein, and fiber. And be careful with granola. Although it may appear healthy, many granolas contain concentrated carbohydrates, sweeteners, and large serving sizes. A tablespoon of nuts or seeds may be a better crunchy topping than a large handful of sweetened granola. Number 5. Nuts and seeds. A small portion of nuts or seeds can be a smart snack for people who want to avoid a rapid glucose spike. Useful options include almonds, walnuts, pistachios, peanuts, pecans, chia seeds, ground flaxseed, and pumpkin seeds. They provide a combination of healthy fats, fiber, protein, vitamins, and minerals. Compare the afternoon snack. The first is a packet of crackers and a sweetened coffee. The second is a small handful of unsalted nuts with water or unsweetened tea. The first option is dominated by refined carbohydrates and may leave you hungry again soon. The second contains more protein, fat, and fiber, which may provide greater satisfaction. But nuts are energy dense, so more is not always better. A small handful is usually more reasonable than eating directly from a large bag. Individual needs vary, particularly for people trying to lose weight. Choose plain or dry roasted versions rather than nuts covered in honey, sugar, chocolate, or sweet glaze. Nut butters can also work, but read the ingredients. Look for products made mainly from nuts without large amounts of added sugar or hydrogenated oils. Number 6. Berries and whole fruit. People with diabetes do not necessarily need to eliminate fruit. The key is choosing an appropriate form and portion. Whole fruit contains water, fiber, vitamins, and plant compounds. Fruit juice removes much of the natural structure and makes it easy to consume the sugar from several pieces of fruit within minutes. A glass of orange juice can be consumed quickly. Eating several whole oranges would take longer and feel much more filling. Berries, including strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries, can be especially practical because they provide flavor, fiber, and volume. Combine a small serving with plain Greek yogurt, chia seeds, or nuts rather than eating fruit alongside juice, cereal, toast, and sweetened coffee in the same meal. Apples, pears, oranges, peaches, and kiwi can also fit into a balanced plan. Portion size and individual response still matter. Dried fruit requires extra care because the sugar and calories are concentrated into a much smaller volume. It is easy to eat several servings without noticing. Fruit is not free food, but it is also not the same as candy or soda. The CDC notes that carbohydrates can be included in a healthy diabetes diet when portions and food quality are managed appropriately. Number 7. Avocado and olive oil healthy fats can help make a meal satisfying without adding significant carbohydrate. Avocado provides mostly unsaturated fat along with fiber and several nutrients. You can add sliced avocado to eggs, salads, chicken, fish, or a whole grain wrap. Extra virgin olive oil can be used in modest amounts on salads and vegetables or as part of a homemade dressing. But there is an important distinction. Adding avocado to a balanced meal may be helpful. Adding avocado to a meal that already contains oversized portions of fries, refined bread, and sugary beverages does not neutralize the rest of the meal. The goal is not to add healthy foods on top of an unhealthy pattern. The goal is to use them to replace less beneficial choices. Replace sweet salad dressing with olive oil, lemon, herbs, and vinegar. Replace mayonnaise-heavy sauces with mashed avocado. Replace a sugary snack with vegetables and a small portion of guacamole. Remember that fats are calorie-dense, so moderate portions are still important. Number 8. Oats and barley. Many breakfast products marketed as whole grain are still highly processed and sweetened. Instant flavored oatmeal, breakfast bars, and crunchy cereals may contain significant added sugar. Plain oats and barley are different because they retain more of their natural structure and provide soluble fiber. A bowl of plain oatmeal can be balanced with chia seeds, walnuts, cinnamon, and a small portion of berries. Avoid turning it into dessert with brown sugar, honey, syrup, sweetened dried fruit, and oversized portions. Steel-cut or traditional rolled oats may be more satisfying for some people than highly processed instant varieties. But individual glucose responses can vary. Barley can also replace part of the white rice in soups, stews, and side dishes. Whole grains are generally preferable to refined grains, but whole grain does not mean unlimited. A large bowl of oatmeal plus toast, a banana, juice, and sweetened coffee may still provide a heavy carbohydrate load. The total quantity and combination matter. The powerful food combination most people miss now. Let us put everything together. Imagine that you normally eat a large plate of white pasta with bread and a sweet drink. That meal contains a heavy concentration of refined carbohydrate. Instead, build your plate in this order. Fill half with broccoli, spinach, salad, mushrooms, peppers, cauliflower, or another non-starchy vegetable. Fill 1/4 with fish, chicken, eggs, tofu, or another protein. Fill the final quarter with beans, lentils, a small baked sweet potato, brown rice, barley, or another quality carbohydrate. Then choose water, sparkling water without sugar, or unsweetened tea instead of soda or juice. This method gives you vegetables, fiber, protein, and a controlled carbohydrate portion in the same meal. It is simple enough to use at home, in a restaurant, or while visiting family. Balanced meals and relatively consistent carbohydrate portions can help reduce unexpected highs and lows in blood glucose. 3 foods to reduce. Immediately adding good foods is important, but removing the biggest sources of rapidly absorbed carbohydrates may create an even more noticeable difference. The first is sugary beverages. Soda, sweet tea, energy drinks, sweetened coffee, sports drinks, and mini fruit drinks can deliver sugar quickly without making you feel full. The second is refined snack food. Crackers, cookies, pastries, chips, and many packaged breakfast products are easy to overeat and often contain refined flour, sugar, or both. The third is oversized portions of white bread, white rice, pasta, and potatoes. These foods do not have to be forbidden for everyone, but portions matter enormously. Replace part of the serving with vegetables, beans, or protein. Carbohydrate-rich, sugary, and starchy foods can raise blood glucose, especially when consumed in large quantities. A simple one-day blood sugar-friendly menu for breakfast. Prepare eggs with spinach and mushrooms. Add a small portion of avocado and drink unsweetened coffee or tea. For lunch, make a large salad with leafy greens, cucumber, tomatoes, peppers, grilled chicken, chickpeas, and an olive oil-based dressing. For an afternoon snack, choose plain Greek yogurt with chia seeds and a few berries, or eat a small handful of unsalted nuts. For dinner, serve grilled salmon with roasted broccoli and cauliflower. Add a controlled portion of lentils, barley, or brown rice. Drink water throughout the day, unless your healthcare professional has instructed you to limit fluids because of kidney, heart, or another medical condition. This menu is only an example. Your ideal carbohydrate quantity depends on your medication, glucose, targets, activity level, age, kidney function, and overall health. Important warning for people taking diabetes medication: when you improve your diet, reduce carbohydrates, increase activity, or lose weight, your medication needs may change. This is especially important for people using insulin or medications that can cause hypoglycemia. Do not stop or reduce medication on your own. Monitor your glucose as directed and speak with your doctor or diabetes care professional about major dietary changes. Symptoms of low blood sugar may include shaking, sweating, hunger, dizziness, weakness, confusion, or a rapid heartbeat. Severe hypoglycemia can become a medical emergency. The goal is not to drive your glucose as low as possible. The goal is to keep it within the safe target range established for you. Conclusion. So what are the best foods to help lower blood sugar and reduce glucose spikes? Start with non-starchy vegetables. Add a satisfying protein. Use beans and lentils in controlled portions. Choose plain Greek yogurt instead of sweetened yogurt. Snack on a modest serving of nuts or seeds. Choose whole fruit instead of fruit juice. Use avocado and olive oil to replace less healthy fats and sugary sources. And when eating carbohydrates, choose higher fiber options and control the serving size. Most importantly, stop searching for one miracle ingredient. Better blood sugar control comes from the complete meal. What you eat, how much you eat, when you eat, and how those foods are combined at your very next meal. Try the plate method. Half vegetables, 1/4 protein, and 1/4 quality carbohydrates. Then monitor how your body responds. Small changes repeated every day can become powerful results over time. If you found this video helpful, subscribe to Healthy Fruits, activate the notification bell, and share this information with someone who is trying to manage high blood sugar. And tell us in the comments, which of these foods will you add to your next meal? Remember, food is a powerful tool, but it works best alongside medical guidance. Regular movement, adequate sleep, and consistent glucose monitoring. Take care of your body today, because the choices you make now can protect your health for years to come.